support, financial, did I already say financial? Financial, transportation, housing, or, so I'm gonna try that one more time. Hi, so my name is Mai, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's okay. So today, I just wanted to talk about my University of Waterloo experience. I actually graduated in 2018 and I studied biology in the Faculty of Science. And I just wanted to share my top 3 things that I wish I knew when I was at the University of Waterloo. A little background story is I am a first generation student, so that means that I was the first student or the first one in my family to attend university. And yeah, it was a very scary but exciting time because I had nobody to really look up to, or I didn't have someone to guide me and ask me the right questions just to figure out what I really wanted and to just make the right decisions. So I just kind of made the most out of it, and now I have a list of resources and tools that I really wish I knew about. If you haven't checked it out already, I did create a university guide here, and this guide has all the resources or important links that I think would be of value to you. I have housing, transportation, academic support, student support, student services, mental health, volunteer experiences, working opportunities, as well as career support, financial aid, and things to do in Waterloo. So those are just some links that I found. Definitely let me know in the comments below, or let me know, message me if I'm missing anything. I definitely want to help students be aware of all these great resources on campus so you can be successful from day one. Because, you know, I'm frustrated because there are so many things that I wish I knew and I only found out about them after I graduated. Just a disclaimer, this is just solely my experience. If you're making any academic decision, please talk to your academic advisor. At the end of the day, this is just my experience, so do take it with a grain of salt. But I want to help as many students as I can and just share what I've learned so that you cannot make these mistakes, or also just shed light onto what it's like to be a UW student. So let's just get started. So 3 tips that I have that I will talk about today is number 1, how difficult the co-op program is and the work that it takes. Number 2 is just working more or spending more time on my interests. And number 3, making use of the student resources on campus. So for number 1, I was in the co-op program, but I dropped out later on. And so in terms of co-op, I didn't realize how difficult it is to secure a job. Sometimes you actually have to secure your own job, and for some reason what I believed was that I would be guaranteed a job, which isn't the case. You have to spend a lot of time to really improve your resume as well as your interview skills. So that being said, definitely take the time to do that early on in the semester. Why I am saying that is because usually jobs are open, or the season when you're applying for it is during midterm season or exam season. So not only are you studying for exams, but you are also trying to prepare for interviews, which takes hours, and also practice, also get it critiqued, and there's so many different things. You can check out the Center for Career Action, which has a lot of free resources and coaching, and you can actually book one-on-one sessions with them to practice. So what I'm trying to say is definitely, if you can, I know that it takes me to do things last minute in order to be motivated, but if you can, check them out early on in your semester when you're not so busy, and then get your resume looked at right away by professionals, not just your friends, by people who are in the field, and then also practice your interview skills. And even if you don't have a job secure and you're like, there's really no point to doing that if I'm not motivated and I don't have a job, just find job descriptions that you are interested in and then take those to your CISA or Center for Career Action appointments, and then practice with your coach. So then that at least will help you improve your chances and reduce a little bit of your stress, because I remember during midterm season I was so stressed, and then I was also applying for jobs every day, and then you're also waiting for the results, and it's just so many different things going on. So yeah, so my number 1 things I wish I knew about the University of Waterloo is how competitive the co-op program is once you're actually in the program, because you have to work hard to find a job. And then number 2, so I'll focus on number 2 now, is just taking the time to really think about and work on my interests. So why I'm saying that is that even if you have the slightest interest or you want to try it out but you're not really sure about any topic, definitely this is the right time to look into that, because university is a hard time. A lot of students are focusing on academics, but it's not only about academics, right? You have to think about that once you graduate, the people that you're graduating with will have very similar skills, have very similar work experience, and have very similar volunteer experience. So you definitely have to think about what will make you a little bit more interesting than your fellow classmates, or just for your own well-being as well, to do stuff that you really like. So WUSA has a list of clubs, which I will put the link down below, all the clubs that are at the university, and they are separated into different categories. So you can search them up based on environmental causes, music, anime, games, drawing, if it's public speaking, communication, volunteering for like an international abroad, all those things. You can definitely find a club for it. And it's so important to talk about what you're interested in and find like-minded individuals in university. I think something that I'm struggling with is just finding like-minded people to connect with outside of university, because once you're stuck in a full-time job, you're tired, there's not many opportunities for you to find like really cool people. So definitely take the time now where you are surrounded by so many students to make those connections, and it takes time, right? So I definitely encourage you to try a different club every single term. So even if you don't connect with people this term, maybe the next term you'll meet one or two people who will be your lifelong friends. And yeah, I mean, the other benefits are if you meet the right people and you're talking the right language, they will be so excited to introduce you to other people who would know what you're talking about and are interested in the same thing. And also you're kind of networking, so you are building your portfolio and your network people, and then that will definitely help you, maintain your well-being, and also like you can connect with them later on after you graduate university. So those are my 2 advice. My third one is just making use of the resources at University of Waterloo. So I'll highlight my guide again. Definitely check it out. I will include all the important links that I do mention in this video today, just so you have them to reference, and just so it's easier for you to find the links and just check it out if you have a chance. So the third one is there are so many resources. I keep saying the word resources at the University of Waterloo for students that are free as of right now. Now that I've graduated, it's so much harder for me to find quality resume critiques, as well as peer mentor groups and just like mental health support as well. It's a lot harder to find people who understand the state that you're in and understanding the student life, because now you're in the real world, you're working, you better get your things together. And yeah, it's just not the same kind of people who are working in the university who understand like the life cycle of students and what they're going through. So some things that you should definitely check out is, if you're in first year or whatnot, there's on-campus residence tutoring. You can see like all the events that are currently happening at the university and see what you're interested in. There is like Velocity and UW Concepts. So if you're interested in entrepreneur advice or resources and coaches, definitely check that out. There is the library, which has writing resources as well as research and how to cite your information correctly. There's peer mentorship groups, so who focuses on mental health, who focuses on helping in environmental initiatives, who are focused on like maybe the arts. There's so many different things. There's also, back when I was in university, there was this thing called Club Day. So Club Day is essentially where this is when it was in person, when university was in person. You have a bunch of clubs set up in one day and you can see all of them. So definitely once, we return back to normal life, I'm sure that Waterloo WUSA will have Club Day. So definitely check that out when you can sign up to all the clubs and then see what you're interested in. Yeah, definitely check out the same day counseling. You never really know, maybe you just need someone to talk to. Just have that one initial meeting and then just get whatever out of your system that you need to get out of. There's workshops for mental health, for your happiness. There's fitness classes that you can buy a pass, and then you have fitness classes accessible to you all the time. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that develop yourself mentally, academically, and in your career. There are so many resources. Just check it out, and if you have any questions, let me know. Even if you can't find it or think that you're alone, you're really not, because you just sometimes have to ask the right questions and ask the right people for support, and they will direct you to the right location. If you have very specific academic questions, your student records, please make sure you go to the respective faculty or department for those questions, because they can definitely look at your file more accurately versus someone on like a form or your friends who might give advice that's not accurate to what your situation is. So yeah, I wish you best of luck. This is just an intro of my 3 advice. So my 3 advice are, number 1 is how difficult the co-op program is. Therefore, you should definitely practice and perfect your resume and cover letter and interview as much as you can. Number 2 was definitely checking out and giving more time for the stuff that you're interested in, because it will help you tremendously mentally as well as academically, and you'll meet the right people to kind of differentiate yourself from your fellow colleagues or classmates. And the number 3 is just putting yourself out there and making the most out of the resources that are free for now until before you graduate. And so whether that is career development, personal development, fitness development, relationship development, anything like that, check it out, please. So I will put a link again to all the resources. I will link my guide down below. Definitely let me know if I am missing anything, and if you're interested in any topics, do let me know, and I will try my best to do the research to find the best resources for students. So at the end of the day, I am just in my 20s navigating the adult life, and I want students to feel like what they're doing is impactful and there's meaning to it and you're not wasting your time. I can definitely understand how stressful it is to be in university, learning how to manage your time, how to study, figuring out what you're going to do after you graduate, competition between your peers. There's so many things that are going on and it's so stressful. So my next few videos, I want to help students in college or university succeed. So I'm just going to do my own research and find all the resources for you guys and link them all below. Stay tuned. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.